thinking of the like the little like the drone, like you remote control it, but
Yeah, you remote control it, it flies in the air. So imagine something is on the ground and then it goes up. That
yeah.
that's what this graph is describing here. Okay. So on the x-axis, on the horizontal axis, you have time and it's in minutes. So it's saying there's 1 minute and then 2 minutes and then 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, like that. On the left is the height of the drone in feet. So the idea is after 1 minute, it's 5 feet off the ground. So it's like you grab your remote control, you turn on the drone, and it goes up kind of to eye level. So they're just hanging out there at eye level. Okay.
Okay.
Now the question says, how high was the drone 4 minutes into the flight? Now the units are super important because it tells you whether it's the x-axis or the y-axis. So which one is this? Is it the x-axis or the y-axis?
The y-axis?
But it's 4
Or no,
minutes.
the x-axis.
Yeah, see how these match?
Yeah.
That's kind of a shortcut if you're ever unsure. You say, okay, where are the units the same? So you go to the 4 on the x-axis. Do you see where the 4 is on the x-axis?
Yes.
And you go straight up until you hit the point or the curve.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go straight left, and that tells you the height. What is the height?
20 feet.
20 feet. Yes. Okay, so let me give you let me have you try this problem again, but I'm going to change what it's asking for. Let's go 2 minutes into the flight. What would the answer be for 2 minutes into the flight?
10 feet.
Yes, the same thing. You go up at 2, you hit the 10. Very good. All right. Next question here. It's related. So let me snip this in. Okay, suppose the pattern continues. Okay.
Yeah.
What does that mean to you if it says suppose the pattern continues?
Mm, don't know.
Don't know. Okay. A pattern is like when you see something that's happening over and over again. Okay, so for example here, do you see how these dots are always going up and to the right?
Yes.
This is like the pattern continuing.
Mm,
So let's try this another way. Let's try this another way. Okay. So it says, what is the height of the drone 6 minutes into the flight? So if you go to 6 minutes on your graph
mm,
and you go up, is there a dot there to hit?
no.
No, there's no dot, which is bad. And that's why it says suppose the pattern continues. So what they're actually like asking you to do is imagine that these go on forever.
Mm,
Okay, now if they go on forever, you actually do now hit, you hit and go left. So what is the height of the drone if it hits?
30 feet.
Yeah, 30 feet right there. Mason, grab that. Okay. All right. Any questions on that?
No.
All right, let's look at a new problem. We've got to talk a little bit about the situation here that exists. So this is a graph of a water tank. Do you understand what I mean by water tank?
Like where they add the fish.
Let's use pool instead. Think
Okay.
of a pool. Okay.
Yeah.
So the amount of water in the pool
Mhm.
is on the left here. Now, the problem is liters isn't really a great unit for this, but it's probably better to think of this as a very, very tiny pool. Okay.
Okay.
And then time is on the other axis.
Mhm.
So can you tell me in words what's happening with these dots?
Their patterning
There is a
continues.
pattern. What is the pattern? Is it going up or down or sideways, or what do you see?
I see it goes down.
It goes down. So does the water increase or decrease?
Decrease.
Yes. So if you see something going down, generally it means it's a decrease. And if you see something going up, it is generally an increase.
Mm,
Okay, now you just said it. Suppose the pattern continues.
yeah.
Where is the next dot go? Where does the next dot go? And I want it as an ordered pair. Where is the next dot gonna go on the way down?
Do I tell you like the number? Like where?
So when I say ordered pair, I want the two numbers that go in parentheses.
Okay, so 7, 2,
7, 2, perfect. And what about the next one?
8, 1.
Okay, and there's actually one more.
Uh, is it 9, 0 or
Yes. And that means that the pool is empty,
yeah.
which is great. I mean, if you're trying to drain the pool. Okay, so do you feel like you understand the scenario now?
Yes.
Great. Let me grab this picture. Let me grab this, bring it down. And we're going to now look at some questions.
Mm-hmm.
So let me, and they're true or false here. So let me put this in here. So this is true and this is false. So could you read this first one for us, please?
As time passed, the amount of water in the tank increased.
Is that true or false?
Mm, that is false.
Yes. You told me earlier going down, so that means it decreases.
Yeah.
Okay, let's look at the next one here. All right, so it says there were 7 liters of water in the tank 2 minutes after the gate was opened. So what you want to look for is 2 minutes
Mhm.
and then see, does that correspond to 7 liters?
I think this one's false.
Okay, so let's go to where 2 minutes is on the graph. So here's 2 minutes on the graph,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna go up until I hit the point, and then I'm gonna go left. What does that correspond to? What does 2 minutes correspond to in blue with amount of water? How many liters is that?
7.
So that is correct. That is true because there's after 2 minutes, there are 7 liters left over.
Oh, okay.
Is that okay?
Yes.
All right, we got a couple more to do on this, so I want to make sure that that if there is anything that's unclear, let's go through it now. All right, so if the pattern continues, so that's what we were doing down here with these black dots. If the pattern continues, there will be no water in the tank 8 minutes after opening the gate. Okay, so you have to go to 8 minutes on your graph. Actually, we need that in a different color. And it's okay, like if you need to touch the screen, I mean, I would do that. I would go to wherever 8 minutes is on your graph and decide how much water is left over.
So the 8 where the x-axis is?
Yes, because see
Okay,
how
so,
the units match up? It's 8 minutes.
so did I tell you like how many there is?
Yeah, you can tell me how much water is remaining after 8 minutes.
Okay, so is it 1 liters of water?
Yes. Now, does that mean that there is no water left over?
No, there's still water.
That's right. So this is false. And last one. Now, the pattern, before I snip this in, the pattern goes both forwards and backwards. So we put some points down here at the bottom, a little right, but we can also do them going the other direction.
Yeah.
You see how it also goes backwards as well?
Yes.
So here's a question, and I just want you to read it and try to answer it as best you can.
Did I read it out loud or?
No, just read it to yourself and tell me whether it's true or false. Is there anything I can answer for you before you tell me whether it's true or false?
I have the 9 gallons. So there is 9 gallons of water in there.
Are you asking or telling me?
Asking.
Okay, so the amount of water
Mm-hmm.
is on this axis, the time is on this axis. What does it mean when it was open? How much time is that?
Let's see. Was it 9 minutes?
So it said when the gate was open. So when you open, that's when you're starting.
Mhm.
What time is it when you start something? So it's time 0.
Mhm.
So where is 0 minutes? It's right here.
Yeah.
You go up from there, you go up from 0 minutes until you hit the point. And how much water was remaining at 0 minutes?
9 liters?
9 liters. Now this one actually says gallons.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's a typo. I don't think it is, but it's false if it's a typo. I'm sorry, it's true if it's a typo. Like if they really meant 9 liters, it's true. If it's a typo, or if it's not a typo, then it's false. So you can message your teacher if you want. for that one. All right, any questions on this?
No.
Okay, now this, I mean, we're doing directly from your assignment, so, definitely use your notes and go back and,
Yeah.
fill these in for you. I think they're the same questions. So your next kind of thing that they're asking you to do, and I know you had to know how to do this, but I just thought we could do one together. They want you to graph this information.
Okay.
Okay. And we're going to just do something just a little bit different to add to what we've been doing here. The time is the X. See how the X is down here and time is along the horizontal axis?
Yes.
And then the distance measured, we're going to call that Y, and you can see the Y axis and it's the vertical.
Mhm.
So I want you to write these as ordered pairs. Okay. And I'll do the first one for you. It's 1, 4, 1, 4. So that X number comes first, comma, and then that Y value. The second one is 2, 8.
Yeah.
All I'm doing is grabbing those numbers. You will see this the more math you take, so we might as well show you the correct way to do it is with these ordered pairs. All right. So I just want you to tell me where point A and C go in this problem. Where can you tell me how to draw where to draw point A and point C?
On the graph.
Yes, just tell me verbally what I should do. Like
So
assume you're telling Michael, you have to be very simple, but you have to also use words like up, down, left, right, so on. So great. Go ahead.
so we start in the origin and then we find the 2. Oh no, the 1, right? The 1.
You're drafting this first one, so you tell me.
Yeah.
I don't. Okay.
And then 1, you go up and I find the 4 and I graphed it
Okay, so
1.
you're going right 1 and then
Yes.
up 4. That's
Yeah.
kind of what I was looking for. Wow, good. Okay. Now how about C?
So C, I go to the I start in the origin,
Good.
and then I go to the right, and then I go up, and then 12.
Okay, so is this correct?
No, the 3.
But you said I should go to the right. I went to the right. I went to the right and then I went up 12.
But the 3 because it's 3,
Okay.
comma 12.
Right. So you have to be more specific. You have to say, Matthew, you go right 3. 1, 2, 3, right 3. That way I know when to stop.
Okay.
Good. Okay, fantastic here. Let's keep going. I think we can get another question or two in. Yeah, okay. Let me get this question going. All right, so here's a graph here. Field trip participants. Have you gone on any field trips last year?
What? I think like 3 years ago.
Okay, so it's been a while. So this is just the number of adults. So it's like saying if you have one adult,
Mhm.
that goes with 3 children. And if you have 2 adults, that goes with 6 children. And if you have 3 adults, that goes with 9 children. Is it okay? Is that clear?
Yes.
All right. Now let me snip in the question and we'll okay, so it says this graph represents the maximum number of children that are allowed on a field trip depending on the number of adults present to supervise. A trip is allowing for a maximum of 12 children. Okay, so are they giving you the X or the Y value when they tell you 12 children?
Why?
They're giving you the Y. So this time you go to the Y, wherever the 12 is, and you go right until you hit that point. And then you come down to determine the number of adults. How many adults will be present, Zoe?
4.
Yes. Any questions on that?
No.
Okay. Well, that'll do it for us for today. Great job. I'll send you the notes here after the lesson so you can get this going. But I'll see you next week. If you want to let Michael know that I'm ready for him, I'll
Okay.
have him jump on.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
And like I was telling you, Michael's gonna come in a different computer, so I'm
Yes.
just gonna log out.
Sounds good. Thank you. Hey, Michael. Not sure if you can hear me, but it does not look like you're connected to the audio, so I cannot hear you at this time. Maybe you're still connecting. There you are.
Hi.
Hey, Michael.
Well,
Just want to say hi. Hope you're doing well. Um, everything okay there, Michael?
yeah.
Great. Okay.
Sorry.
No problem. Okay, so let's jump into our lesson here. I've just been going through your assignment to figure out what you're doing. Looks like you're comparing fractions. You're comparing fractions, okay? So let's first look at the symbols that we're going to use today and see if you remember the names of each of these symbols. So this is like definitions. Do you remember the name of any of these three symbols here?
I know.
None of them. How about the last one?
Yeah, equal.
Equal. See, you know one of them. Okay, now the first one is less than, okay? And it's really important because it's read from left to right. Okay, so this whenever this, a couple of ways you can look at the pointy end, whichever, like I see the pointy end is pointing to the left. That's a left less than. If you see the sharp end, the pointy end going to the right, that's a greater than. Okay, so make sure you get this down in your notes because we're going to be using these symbols today. And I want to make sure you tell me the right one. I want you to not only write it down, but be able to say, Matthew, it's less than, and I'm going to write this. And I don't want you to say, oh, no, I meant the other one. So please get these down and let me know when you've done that.
Got it down.
Got it down. Perfect. Okay. All right. So let's look at kind of a basic starter problem here. Let's say I give you this fraction here, 3/9, 5/9, Which symbol goes in there? This one, or this one?
The 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 lesson.
Okay, so this is what I heard, this symbol right here. Is that what you meant?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that is correct. Okay, let's try another one here. Okay, what symbol goes in there? Then here are your options again.
The greater than.
Very good. Now, how are you making that decision? How do you know that this is correct? It is correct, but how do you know? What is,
Because the bigger number goes, the less than it's the like life. I don't know how to explain it.
okay, so one way you could explain it is you could say, well, the bottom numbers are the same, so you just look at the top numbers. And 5 is bigger than 2. Does that sound familiar to you?
Yeah.
Okay, so since the bottom numbers are the same, the top numbers, you look at just the top numbers. Okay, now we were doing equivalent fractions last time. Okay, so we're going to see if you remember those. 1/2 and 2/4. Here are your three options.
The greater than goes.
Okay, so I feel like you're telling me greater than the symbol right here because you're guessing. Are you guessing?
Oh.
I'm
No.
asking you, are you guessing or are you using some logic to determine that?
I'm not guessing.
Okay, we don't want to guess. Now notice in the previous two problems that we did, do you see how the bottoms are the same?
Yeah.
And then the bottoms are the same?
Yeah.
Well, that's what you have to do in this problem, Michael. You have to make the bottoms the same. You have to make the 2 and the 4 the same. Now there's a couple of ways you can do this. All right, so let me try to show you that. How do you go from a 2 to a 4? What can you multiply by to go from 2 to 4?
2.
You can multiply by 2. So what if you multiply the top and the bottom number by 2?
You
Do you see
get.
that becomes 2 over 4? And you've got 2 over 4 now?
Yeah.
Okay. So what is the correct symbol that goes between them?
Which one?
Yes, which of those three symbols down here goes in there?
The less than.
Okay, so when the bottoms are the same, do you agree that the bottom numbers are the same?
Yeah.
You look at the top numbers. What do you see about the top numbers?
The same.
Okay, so if they're the same, which of these symbols means the same?
Equal.
Equal. Okay, let's try another problem here. Let's say it's 1/2 and 3/8. Okay, so our goal, Michael, is to make the bottoms the same. So I'll ask you again, what can you do to the 2 to make it a 4? What can you multiply by to go from 2 to 4?
3. I mean 2.
2 times 2 is not 4. So try again. 2 times what number gets you to 4? I'm sorry, 8. Maybe I misspoke. 2 times what number gets you to 8?
2 times 4.
Yes, times 4. So you can multiply the top and the bottom by 4. So that's 4 over 8 and 3 over 8. So which symbol goes in that circle?
The greater, wait, the greater than?
Do you mean this symbol?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I agree. It's true. The bottoms are the same. So you look at the top numbers. Which is larger, 4 or 3? And 4 is larger than 3. Let's try another one here. Sorry, do you need some time to get this down in your notes?
No.
Are you writing this down?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's try another problem here. Let's go 1/5, 7/15. 1/5 and 7/15. Okay. So I find that it's generally easier to go from the smaller number to the larger number. What do you multiply 5 by to get to 15?
3.
3. So you're going to multiply both the 1 by 3 and the 5 by 3.
Okay.
So that's 3 over 15, 7 over 15.
Sorry, but I'm just getting to a page.
Okay.
Okay. The greater than?
So do you mean this symbol right here?
No.
Okay. So let's go back and look, because this is really important. You've got to have this down in your notes. You've got to have the words for each of these down in your notes. This one is less than, the second one here is greater than, and the third one is equal. You have to tell me the right symbol. It's like if you tell someone to go right versus left, it's very different. All right, so I'm not sure if you've got this down, but let's go back here. So what symbol goes in this in the circle there?
Greater than?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Greater than?
So this symbol right here, is that what you meant?
I'm kind of confused because I have less than that way.
Okay, so you got it, Michael. Did you write down the meaning? Did you write this down up here? Do you have this written down?
Yeah.
Okay. So you told me less than or greater than. Whichever one you're telling me, I'm going to write down. So please tell me the one that you mean. So let's try it one more time. What symbol goes in here?
Less than?
Less than, yeah. And the reason is that 3, this 3 is smaller than 7. Okay, you ready? Are you ready to try one on your own?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go 1/2 and 11 over 20. So I want to know the fraction that you change 1/2 to, and then I want to know what symbol goes in the circle.
Uh, I need help
Okay.
with the
So how do you go from the 2 to the 20? What do you multiply by?
10.
Okay, so did you multiply both the top and the bottom by 10?
Yeah.
Okay, so what goes in the top here?
1. I mean 10.
10. And what goes in the bottom?
1.
Okay, so what symbol goes between them now?
Less than.
Okay, and you make your decision looking at the top. You say, oh, 10 is smaller than 11.
Okay.
Okay, so let's have you try another one here. I'm gonna make this one a little more difficult because you're doing so well. Let's go 1/3 and 2/9. So again, I want you to convert that first fraction and determine the symbol that goes between them.
Greater than.
Okay, what fraction goes over here on the left? What's the top number? What's the bottom number?
3 and 9.
Very good. Awesome. Okay, let's try a couple more here. Actually make that 3/4 and 2/8. Okay, so try this one. It's the same type of problem as the last one there. You're going to convert the fraction on the left.
Greater than.
Okay, what fraction did you write over here on the left?
6 and 8.
Very good. Okay. All right, now you can also do some other things here. We don't have a lot of time, but I'll go through some of them. You can also reduce the fractions. Okay, so like let's say I wanted you to compare 1/3 and 3 over, I'm sorry, 4 over 12. So what you could do, Michael, is you could multiply by 4. Okay, but what you can also do is go the other direction. You can divide by 4, meaning that you can change the fraction on the right as well. Which do you prefer though? Do you prefer multiplying or dividing?
Multiplying.
Yeah, so so you generally don't use this approach unless you have to. So we would stick to multiplying here by 4. So you multiply the top and bottom by 4, that's 4 over 12. 4 over 12. What symbol goes in between these?
Equal.
They're equal. Very good. All right, so one last problem here to try. This one's coming from your class here. Let me snip this in. And this time, I just want you to give me the letter, whether it's A, B, or C. A, B, or C.
C.
Like this? Yes,
Mm.
that is correct. Very good. Okay. Awesome. All right. Well, let me just quickly jump in here. No, maybe you can't see me, not sure. Thanks. This is going to close out our lesson for today, Michael. So appreciate you letting me help you. I will see you again on our next week. So hope you have a great rest of your day.
Bye.
Bye now.